Eggy Drago. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. I'm a part-time video store clerk, a part-time brawler. Oh yeah, and a full-time human being. Wow. When I went to Tokyo back in February 2024, I went to an idol concert on a whim because my VTuber Oshi, who graduated, was into that scene. Needless to say, I got hooked. Yeah, I think we bought too many checkies. After talking to a few idols, I realized every single one of them has a story, be it why they chased this dream, their ups and downs, and even their future after all this. And that's what I'm here to do. Learn more about the idol culture, the various scenes around the world, and to give them a platform to tell their stories. Every idol has a dream and a story to tell. This is IDOLEYEZ. Wow. It takes a little bit for it to load, but will it load? It will! Whoa! Oh my god,
hello!
Wow, I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. This is Mighty Eggy Drago for IDOLEYEZ, episode 14, with our guest for tonight. She is the multilingual sensation. She is a idol. She loves ducks. She is the guardian of passion. This is a member of FAEBLE. This is Nae. Pew 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 pew. Nae, how are you on this lovely day in not Australia, in Japan? Because why are you in Japan?
So, yes, hi everyone. And as Eggy introduced me, I'm the yellow member of FAEBLE. Thank you so much for having me on this stream, and thank you to everyone that's in chat and looking.
Thank you for asking, cause yeah. But, yeah.
Fun.
This.
But why am I in Japan?
Why are you in Japan?
A lot of different reasons. But I had to come here for a last minute thing, and I was like, well, since I'm here,
might as well
do some idol stuff. And so I was asking my contacts around. I was like, hey, my chingu, my friend, my tomoyo, can you please, anything? Thank you. And literally, like, I brought my big suitcase and filled it with the smaller suitcase, as you do when you go to Japan.
Yeah.
And in the smaller suitcase, I had like my idol stuff, and in the bigger suitcase around it, like, was all my, like, my daily clothes, right? Like my necessities. And I still hadn't heard back from any of my contacts whether I was able to do any idol thing here in Japan or not. So I was like,
but we'll go into more detail into that a little bit later. But Nae is a member of FAEBLE. FAEBLE is a idol group in Sydney, Australia, and we will actually no. It's going back all over the place. But first, I really want to ask you, because I'm very, very curious. Yes. You speak so many languages. How, and how?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I think the main thing for me is I just really like cultures. Like, if I could say what my hobby is, I think my hobby would be cultures, like, very interestingly enough. But it's helped a lot, like, growing up as a European kid, because both of my parents are half. So like my mom's half French, half Spanish, and my dad's half French, half Italian. So already I'm growing up speaking multiple languages. And my family, they each member like with my grandparents or whatever, they want me to speak their language and stuff. So I'm always like listening to different languages, trying to speak different languages, and then.
Yeah, cause like, what was it? You, well, on your Twitter bio, it said like,
Yeah.
JP, Spanish, English,
Yeah.
and French. And then right before this, right when we were setting up, you said you spoke 8 languages, 4 more. What are the other languages you speak? Or
So the other ones are Swedish, German, Italian, and Mandarin Chinese. And right now I'm still learning Korean and Indonesian, but I haven't been having a lot of time. So it's a bit hard to study as much as I used to. And but because I use them less, my German and my Chinese are not as good as they used to be. They were quite good, like when I had more German friends and Chinese friends in my circle. Not anymore. They're all gone.
So with that, a little bit of a sidetrack, but every single guest we bring on, we must take them back to the past. And I'll ask you, who or what got you into idol culture or J-pop culture, whatever it may be?
Oh. Actually. So when I was around probably like 8, when I was 8, around that time, I was on YouTube and I fell upon Perfume.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh, and this was the era. So I was like, oh, what is that? I love. Oh my god! And then when you click one video, especially back in the day, the videos that get recommended are more similar than the ones now. I feel like. So yeah, I just felt like on a whole deep hole of like J-pop. Like it was the first thing that like I saw and stuff. And there was one TV channel that in the commercials showed J-pop groups as well. And I was like, oh, I saw this on YouTube the other day. And yeah, that's how I started being really into idols and J-pop in particular.
I see. Do you have like you mentioned Perfume, but like were there like any other like favorite groups that you had in mind at that time?
So I think the groups that I like the most are like Morning Musume. I really, really like Morning Musume. I also really, really liked Buono. It had the iconic 3. The iconic 3. God bless them. I love them. I really liked, not as much, but I still really liked like AKB48. I was Mayuyu Oshi. Or multiple different ones as well. Mostly Chijo idol rather than Chika idol. It was only very recently that I started listening to more Chika idols.
I see. So you watch a lot of J-pop groups, listen to them.
Mostly Haropro.
But prior to FAEBLE, were you like in? Did you have like any interest in like becoming an idol like prior to that?
So funny thing is, how to explain this? Ever since I watched Perfume, I was like, this is it. This is what I do. This is what I want to do. This is my dream. This is my passion. I'll make this happen one way or another, right? But being in France and then moving to Chile, like it's so far away from Japan that it was hard to do anything about it. Like the most that could do would be YouTube vocal covers or Dotemita, which I had a lot deleted. And because like it takes so much money and it takes so much time to fly, especially when you're so far away.
Right.
And I just happened to come to Australia, and I was searching to see if they were like, because you're closer to Japan, so I was like, oh, maybe there's something. I couldn't find anything. Nothing. And I was like, I guess. And I found like more K-pop related showcases and performances, and I decided to go in those. And then one of the dinners, because I'm very social, so I like approaching people and like talking to people. So I'm like, hello, what's your name? Hi, hello, do you want some soju? Let's go. And in there I met Sunny. And Sunny, I was like, oh, can I have your Instagram, please? And Sunny was like, oh, you know, like a little like, K-pop is not my main thing, but here you go. And I look at it and it says J Idol, and I'm like, hello?
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. And through that, I saw that they were reposting some idol shows and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go. So I went to my first idol show, and like Kaigai idol show. And then I started befriending people, and I got invited by Azusa for their birthday, which was very exciting. I was like, why me? I'm just a random audience person, but thank you. Like literally no experience. Like I haven't done this before at all. Like I just got picked up by Azu, and I was like, okay, hi everyone. And somehow with Mayhem as well.
Yeah.
And then there was auditions open for FAEBLE, and I was like, okay, let's do this.
So, so through Sunny, because like both of you did K-pop covers. Oh, and oh my god, sidetrack. But like when you sent me footage for like the to do the intro, I was so surprised you did like K-pop covers. I was like, whoa, oh my god.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Because like even way before like Chica Idols and Kaika Idols, I was like really into K-pop. So I was like, oh.
Oh.
So like, yeah.
What group was your best group?
Oh, G-Friend, 여자친구.
Oh, 여자친구.
And they disbanded, and then
I know
they became BBG. But like, yeah.
Yeah, still good music.
Still good. Love me, Maniac.
Yeah. I was a B1A4.
Ooh, oh, you're an OG. Wow.
Yeah. I love. Yes.
All right. A little bit sidetracked there, but yeah, I was so surprised now, like, to see like, you know, the K-pop to Kai Guy pipeline was pretty pretty prevalent here. But so you auditioned for FAEBLE, alongside, taking Sunny's information. It was like 20 people that applied, 10 people that showed up. What was it like auditioning?
Scary. To be fair, so I've previously auditioned for K-pop agencies as well, because that was the closest I could get to like getting into entertainment industry. And I actually passed first round of SM Global.
Oh my god. What?
Yeah, but then as soon as I entered in the second round, understandably so, but also kind of sad, they took one look at me and they told me I was too fat, so I couldn't pass.
What?
Yes. So I was like, oh fuck. And then since then I've lost a total of like 18 kilograms. And but like it's not just because of idling. Like I'm actually I have also side note, sidetrack. I have a chronic back pain, and being on a lower weight is also very helpful for my body. So that's why I'm trying to maintain it a bit lower as well. So because I've done other auditions before, like I've kind of done it a little bit, so I know a little, like I know kind of how it's gonna work one way or another, what to do ish. But it was nerve-wracking because it was for a J-pop group and like instantly, and I was like, oh, like I've gone to 2 shows, is this okay? I've gone to 2 shows, performed in one. Yeah.
So pretty nerve-wracking, but you, alongside Mayhem, passed.
Mm.
So
Yes. Oh, actually, this is funny story. At the audition, um, so everyone was auditioning, blah 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 blah, and then they told me to stay back for a little bit to like talk about something else. Don't remember what, but I was like, okay, yeah, sure, like I'll have time, right? And then they kidnap me. They take me to IC. They're just like, yeah, just walk with us, and I was like, do I leave now? What's hello? Like what's going on? And then it's only until we get to like ICC, like the dancers alley, like where we practice, that they were like, oh yeah, you're in, by the way. And I'm like, you couldn't tell me this before. This whole time I thought I was getting kidnapped. What was going on? Yeah. And yeah, so I learned then that I was in, and then they were like, are you free on this date? And I was like, babe, no. I already have commitments. I'm a tight schedule girly.
That's why what was it? Mayhem debuted first, and then
Yes.
you debuted way later because you were busy. So
Yes.
okay.
I had a because I also do street dance, so it was a street dance battle on that day of memory. It was like a really long showcase and battle.
Interesting. So what was it like when they, I guess like they teased another new member, you were revealed, and then you did. When was the first time you performed as a member of FAEBLE, if you can remember?
The first time I performed was for, I think it was for FAEBLE Guardian of Emotion. So that was my debut live, and that was also, we wore the gyaru set of costumes. And it was a lot of fun. I didn't have as much time as I wanted to prep because I had, like I mentioned, like I'm a really tight schedule girly. So I was literally like until 2 days before the show, I was at a dance camp. It's like a 2 weeks dance camp. I think it was 1 week. I do not remember. It was intense. You're dancing for like 8 hours of memory.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and I had like an assignment due the night before the show as well. Yeah.
So
but it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I guess like pretty much not a lot of time, but like you performed. What was going through your head through that first performance?
I was like, wow, okay, let's go. Wow, okay, let's go. Constantly in my head. Like, did I fuck up my lyric? Oh well. Oh shit! Yay!
So after that performance, I guess like join into like a group, like in the middle of like what, being a new member. Did it take a lot of time to get like used to like everyone's personality and like everyone's like?
I don't think it took that long for me to get used to people's personalities, because everyone's their individual person and that makes them beautiful, right?
Right.
But I guess in terms of idling, like, oh good, no problem, everyone's happy regardless. I think sometimes we butt our heads. That's exactly because we're different people, right?
Right.
When we're like making executive decisions and stuff, but nothing, like it's all good. Yeah.
1 second.
Yes.
Whoops. Someone, yeah, my dad just like entered the room without knocking. Great. Anyway, first time that happened, but lost my train of thought. I guess when you joined the group, how well was your Japanese?
I already knew Japanese.
Like
yes.
like fluent or like?
I mean, it's good enough. I'm not like it's one of my most fluent languages, but I'm not how do you say it? Japanese.
I see.
Like, I don't speak like I was, how do I say English? um, According to Japanese people, I sound like I was raised here, but moved international.
Oh,
Like I moved overseas.
it's
But
really that
I'm
good.
not. Sorry.
It's really that good then.
Yeah, like I mean, at least they say it. They're like, oh, like you probably understand so much and can say so much, but sometimes I misconjugate certain things,
Oh.
and my Keigo is not very good. But I get the foreigner pass.
I bring this up because like I guess you're like one of the few guests that like knows Japanese, other than like in like a conversational slash like fluent language. It'd be like I talked to Phoebe, I talked to Aiden. They know like a really good amount of Japanese. But I'm bringing it up for you because like when you're covering Japanese songs, does like the lyrics have like more of an impact for someone that actually like understands it?
Yeah, I think we realized this. We were talking about this with Fable the other day, like quite a bit back. How knowing the language and the connotations of that language really helps change how you understand not just the lyrics, but also the vibe of the song.
Right.
The vibe of the song. So although it might sound more, I don't know, it might sound more electro and it sounds happy, by knowing the connotation, you're like, oh, but it's like it's a feel good electric song kind of vibe.
Right.
But it doesn't come across otherwise. So I make sure like when we're doing like lyrics distribution or whatever, like of course if we have enough time, I make sure to be like, hey, this is what it means. By the way, like to help out.
Yeah, because like I always thought about that, like someone that actually knows Japanese and like singing the songs compared to like someone Joe Schmo like me who doesn't know Japanese and like, for example, Yoroni Kakuru, very upbeat, very happy. But when you read the lyrics or translate it, it's very sad. But yeah, something like that. Like it's interesting to like know from a different perspective, especially from someone that knows the language. So.
But I definitely think like it's helped a lot here in Japan as well, because like they will try hard to speak English back because they're like, oh, Japanese is not your first language.
Right.
But also they enjoy seeing the fact that I'm trying hard in what's not my first language. Well, to be fair, English is not my first language either, but they don't know that.
So a little bit of a sidetrack. Nae.
Yes.
What was the origin of your stage name?
Origin of my stage name. So right before I entered into Fable, with a group of friends, we were going to make a little idol unit with like school uniform kind of vibe, and we were gonna be called Berries. And Nae's been, in a way, I've used that nickname for a really long time. Nickname? Name? Alias? I've used it for a really long time. So it's just kind of stuck. And I'm like, yeah, it's cute. And pronounceable, I guess. And through that, when I was talking with those friends, I was like, oh, I want to think of like a catchphrase or like a name. And because it was berries at that time, and I also really like berries, they were like, what about Berry Nice? And I was like, oh, that's so smart.
I see.
So it's stuck. Cut, very nice.
Well, yeah, it is a unique name, one. Awesome name, too. So, yeah. You joined Fable. Well, before that, I want to ask, when you joined Fable, what was your main goal in joining?
Reach the top.
Reach the top. Okay. Do you have like any other aspirations? Like, did you want to do anything else like within the group?
I everyone to just keep working hard and get better, and hopefully we get more stages. Hopefully we can do more interstate. Wink, wink. Hopefully we can do overseas. That would be amazing. I would love to see Fable in Japan at least once. I'd love to be with Fable in Japan at least once. I think like if we can put our name out there a bit more, I would be really happy with as well. Just keep pushing and pushing. Like personally, like in terms of personal goals, I would like to do like variety shows or like commercials and stuff like that. But that's another step extra on top, especially because overseas we don't really have such thing, like idols doing such thing.
I see. Yeah. So you joined Fable.
Yes.
In the midst of a member having a hiatus, and then also another member graduating. What was it like in your perspective? I got Chrissy's perspective as someone who graduated from the group. What was your perspective when either Willow or Christy graduated, as someone who joined like way later? TT. Namue.
Yeah, it was really sad because like I managed to like start getting really close to them, and then they're like, actually, I'm leaving for XYZ. I'm like, oh, baby girl, don't leave us. I really like love my members and I love my friends and stuff, so it was a bit hard. I'm not the best with words. Also, like I get emotional, but I try not to cry as much because otherwise I would be crying 24/7.
Right.
But so the graduation lives, like it was both, like it was bittersweet. It was like I'm happy for you to pursue what you wanted to pursue, or like for Christy moving to Melbourne, which has definitely done really good for her. Have you seen her skin? Her skin is glowing. Skin is glowing.
She looked awesome yesterday, so
And Willow as well, to like focus more on the VTubing, which is like it's going up. I see the stream numbers.
So yeah, I just wanted to ask because like I did get literally everyone's perspective except for Willow, but like yeah, everyone that I had on the show, their perspective on like everyone graduating, but like yeah, it's very much in general consensus is pretty sad, but like yeah, and tough. But you pushed on as the three of you. I guess I want to ask two things. What is the toughest like performance that you've done as a solo or as a member of Fable?
Oh, toughest performance. Okay, so for Fable, I've got two answers.
All right.
One, my toughest performance, I did Aussie Comic Con, but I was sick.
Oh.
But I was not sick enough to not be able to perform, but I was sick enough that I couldn't sing as high. Right? And it was a relatively short set. I believe it was 10 or 15 minutes. But as soon as I did that, I was like, yeah, never again. I'm not doing that. If I'm sick, I'm pulling out. So yes, I make sure to have better condition since to like for every show, like make sure that I'm not sick and stuff. And the second for Fable as well is I love you, Sunny. And this is my fault, to be fair, because I did ask for it because I love the aesthetic. The main uniform costumes are so hot, so sweaty.
What is it? I should have asked Sunny that, but like, what is it made out of?
I think it's made out of cotton. I think Sunny's in the chat. Sunny, please.
Is it really that bad?
Well, I mean, it's bad for me because I believe I have like 3 layers of yellow, because otherwise it's see-through.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like hot. My second hottest outfit is the yukata as well. But see, they're aesthetic. So I love them. And that's why I didn't want to compromise on it. But I'm dying. Yes. The space uniform. What is it made out of, Sunny?
Sunny.
Plus.
But yeah, I was a little bit curious on like what, like, I guess how the costume was and like how bad it was. So I told y'all they were hot and to get rid of your sleeves like the older members, but y'all didn't listen. That's on you.
Because it's aesthetic. Yes, it is on me. I know that. But it's aesthetic. It's pretty.
2 layers of cotton. I see. I guess with Fable, on the other side of the spectrum of like toughest, what would you say was your favorite performance as a group?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. It's I've enjoyed all the performances in different ways. It's really hard for me to pick. Like, there's different reasons for why I enjoyed each performance. All of them.
What about your well, I did get like footage out of it, like
Yes.
but like your birthday live. How was organizing that?
That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. It was very, when you have an assignment due and you stay up until the 8 a.m. due date.
Yeah.
To do it. It was very much that.
So me and Uni. Okay. But yeah, I know that feeling.
It was a lot of fun. It was different. I tried to make my birthday shows, because they're for me, right, like my birthday shows. I tried to make them a bit more different and tried to showcase a bit more of me as well, and have friends and guests that are willing to participate.
I guess, well, joining into Fable as a new member, what would you say like was the best like advice that you got from like the older members, or like the, you know what I mean, like Sunny and Christy and like Willow, as someone who like just out of the frying pan into the fire joined Fable and this is their first time as an actual idol?
I have to think. What did my parents tell me? Mother, father, godmother? I have 3 moms, 3 dads. 1 second. I think what has helped me a lot was take your time and don't rush the MCs.
I mean, MCs are good to just stall and just like recover like stamina, right?
As well, but gotta make it entertaining.
Oh, right, yeah.
Otherwise, but I can speak very fast. So I remember getting told off, being like, I couldn't understand what you said, and I'm like, oh, oopsie. So mostly that, I think, because all the other like idol aspects, I think, were very like set in my brain. Like, I need to do this, I want to do this, blah 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 blah.
I see. Well, moving on from that, to the future, new EP dropped 2 months ago. 2 months? 2 months ago. So,
oh my god, has it been 2 months already?
It was June, right? Late June. So almost month and change. So yeah, crazy.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Um, with your knowledge in Japanese,
Mm.
what was it like writing like lyrics for the EP?
So I in advance let them know because we were quite tight in the time frame that we wanted to get things done. And we're really crunching. We're really pushing, crunching. I let them know I personally it takes a really long time to make the lyrics. Like it's very different. Translating is not the same as making lyrics. Making lyrics is so difficult. So difficult. It's not an easy job at all. So I told them in advance, like, hey, I don't think I'll be able to make them because we don't have enough time, and it's gonna take me like way over the amount of time that we have for this, and we need to record it and have everything ready. So we decided to send it to a lyricist, Japanese lyricist, um, and that's as we were searching, we wanted a specific person originally who's worked for Pasmo
Oh
and
wow.
some other Chika idol groups that we
Mm.
managed to find. But she said she'll be able to get them done 2 months time, and that
That's a
was
lot.
too long after.
Yeah.
So we're like, shit, right? And then we asked another person, and they said it'll take them at least 1 month as well. So because I already had my original music sorted, I said, well, if you guys like my lyrics, do you guys want to use my lyrics person? Because he's quite fast. And so we ended up using Taisei-san, which is also my lyricist. And I think everyone was quite happy with the lyrics. We had certain things that we changed or like modified, and it was the usual effort, I reckon. The only one that was written by us was the overture.
Oh yeah, Guardian
Yes,
Anthem.
yes, yes.
Let's see. So, like, yeah.
Mm,
What would you say?
mm.
What could have been done differently for the EP now that it's out? Like
Oh, 100% more time,
more
more
time.
money, more everything.
Mm,
Yes.
mm.
Mm,
What would you say like was your
mm.
favorite song to record or produce?
Oh. Okay. So, I'm the only out of the three members of Fable right now. I'm the only member that has properly done like recording and um, producing in that sense for music. And I have a bit more music knowledge and theory and stuff in my head. And I also, um, like, I can teach how to allow people to sing, especially because I had to teach myself so much for Japanese singing in particular. Because nowhere in the West is there really going to be like a Japanese singing teacher. It's all very like sing in an American style, but everyone teaches you the same way, and I hate that. So, um, in that process, it was me in the computer, and then Sunny and Mayhem on the right side. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm mirrored.
stage. Yes, stage right. Yeah.
Stage right. With the microphone. And I think we got some really funny memories of it. I'd be like, Sunny, sing like a giraffe. And Sunny would be like, what? And then did the line perfectly, you know?
Wow.
And I'd be like, Mayhem, you are an elephant. And Mayhem's like,
Yeah.
or if it wasn't working, um, I would go up to them and I'd like lovingly, not abusingly, like hit them a little bit,
Oh my god.
like like massage them a little bit, like relax, do some jumping jacks, like you're fine, like um, do some stretches, lay on the floor, lay on the floor and breathe. So it was a bit of a nice Sparta moment. But I think we managed to get some really good vocals from it, so that made me really happy. And got punched in the stomach.
Wow.
Sorry, Meme.
Those
But not
accusations in
actually
chat.
punched. Not actually punched. Like, you know, not like, ha!
You just uppercutted Mayhem. Okay.
Yeah, just love.
Tender love and care for those punches.
Tender love and care.
For someone like someone that is like getting into Fable, what is one track that you'd recommend them to listen to?
Listen to the EP.
The whole thing.
Listen to the whole thing. I think it's because every song personally, I feel like every song kind of represents different aspects of Fable. So the Guardian Anthem is clearly like, who are we? Yahoo Yahoo, I'm Sunny, I'm Mayhem, I'm Nine, right?
Right.
And Akiramanai Future represents more of our concept. So like the Sentai Idol kind of vibe. And which is the next song? Hypersleep. Hypersleep showcases like our individual like strengths, I think particularly for like dance and stuff. And it's very kind of ravey but kind of emo party.
Emo
party. And Wolf, very emo. Fable does a lot of emo songs. Fable likes emo songs. And kind of shows like a different side of Fable. And Sakeboze, I think, is the type of sound that we've mostly done, but we don't really do that sound anymore, I feel like. But we've mostly done that kind of sound too. And that's a bit more vocal track.
I see.
Different bits and pieces.
Going from that, I want to ask, like, what are some songs that you want to cover as Fable?
Look, I love retro and disco songs, but unfortunately can't cover them as much for Fable because it's not the concept. Make me sad. But I am happy that we managed to do and we managed to do Fiesta because those some iconic Nai songs that I was like, can I do this? Plus, pretty please. I wanted to cover with Fable Ning Wang Derong songs. Ning Wang Derong songs. When I brought it up, everyone was like on board. But then unfortunately Sunny couldn't because of brainwaves is the best way I can explain it. They couldn't physically like practice to the song because of the high-pitched noises
I see.
in the song. Yeah. So we're like, oh no, this would have worked so well.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that because like again, when I was like getting footage for like what was it for the intro, I stumbled upon like there was like a live stream and then like it was the triple solo. It was like Himawari, Wooly, and then you, and then you did what was it? Angelus. Yeah,
I love Angelus.
Yes. I love the vibe that it brings. Yes, it's very Spanish, I guess.
Yeah, it's a bit more Latin. Yes.
Love that. And then segueing from that to your solo stuff with Sweet Magic and Love Passion, which also some of those tracks have like a Spanish vibe, like Angelus, kind of. Yeah. How was I guess like take me through like the creative process of like releasing and like producing those songs.
So I wanted to have music out for my birthday. So I decided, okay, let's work on this. So basically I was doing my own music at the same time as I was doing Fable music as well. So all together at the same time with all other commitments. Yay! And in that I managed to find a Japanese producer His name is Masaki Yoshida, or Yoshida Masaki. And he's been really, really helpful. He's the one that produced all of my music. I also found my lyricist, which is Taisei Saito-san, which he came to the Japan live and he bought the CDs and he was very, very sweet and it was nice to see him. And in that process, so I actually got it wrong. So I thought it was get 5 songs for the price of 1.
Wow.
But it was, so that's how I was like, oh, perfectly, sure, like, let's do this. Also, I like his style, right? But no, it was the first 5 songs that he makes will be cheaper.
Oh.
Yes. So I was like, well, I'm committed enough. Okay, bye-bye money.
Oh my.
Yeah, so in it, because he's done music for Supergirls and music for AKB as well. So I really liked his style, and I was like, okay. I want one that's like disco sounding, which is Magic. One that's like really cute and electronic, which is Sweet Lemon. One that's a bit more Latin funk kind of style, which is Amore. And one that reminds me, that's a bit more Fable-like. That's a bit more, I use it like a reference, like it's a bit more Gundam opening, which is Dakara. And as I gave him the briefs, I sent him a YouTube playlist with like 10 to 15 songs. And I wrote a Word document with specific timestamps of each song, of what I like, what I don't like, what I like, what I don't like. And he, when we were having a one-to-one video conference, like he actually watched the whole video of all of them. I was very, very surprised. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much for taking your time and effort for this. And he, so apparently, I realized as I was working with Masaagu is his nickname, like alias.
Yeah.
Yoshida Masaki, Masaagu. When I was working with Masaagu, he when he makes music, usually the idol or the company or whoever he's making music for, does not ask for like changes or anything. Like there's not much of a
revision,
creative flow or revision. So he was really, really happy that I would be like, oh, actually, I prefer this. Can you change this and stuff? And he was like, oh my God, this is so much fun. And I was like, this is so much fun. So like we worked on the music together in that sense, but he's the one that produced it and made it. And he had to double check with me. He was like, you sure you can sing this, right? And I'm like, I believe so. They're quite high, but yeah. And he showed me, he had like a good chunk of songs that he's made that he's just never brought out to light. So he's like, do you like the sound of any of these songs? And so I chose like one song that I was like, I prefer the sound of this. And then he had the vision and then wrote a completely different song based on that vision as well. Yes. And then the lyricist is actually his friend. So he introduced us to the lyricist. And I was like, ah, hello, nice to meet you. And then he wrote lyrics for it. And I changed a little bit of the lyrics, but like just a couple words. Because I felt it's something like instead of hey, look at me, it would be something like, hey, 応援して instead kind of vibe. Like 応援して? What's 応援? 応援. Pray? Not pray for me. Huh?
Pray for me.
Sorry, I'm losing my English.
It's fine.
Yes. 応援して. Yes. And yeah. Yes. And the Amore is the only one that has Spanish in it because there's a little Spanish rap. I wanted to add make the songs similar enough, but with enough different flavors of Nai. And in uh, in Amore, the rap, I wrote the Spanish rap as well. Oh. And Taisei-san, I remember being yesterday because he came to the show. He's like, I have no idea what you said, but it was cool. It was like, nice. Perfect.
Yeah, I think the very first Fable like live that I saw was your birthday stream, and then like
actually,
and then like you performed that song, and then you did the Spanish rap. I was like, whoa, what is this song? Is this a cover? And then like in chat, I think like Sunny or like Sunny on the Fable account was like, this is Dae's like original song. I was like, whoa, that's awesome. Yeah, so I was like,
thank you so much.
Yeah, I love the original stuff. I love the two, I guess, two EPs. Is there 1 second? Holy shit. Still recovering from COVID, but like, is there any reason that like you released it under 2 EPs instead of like
CD? So I was releasing it more as like a single. So like a single with 2 tracks in it, and it has, I believe, it has the instrumental, so it's 4 tracks. And just because I felt like in terms of packaging, in terms of like marketing, it was a lot nicer than just having it in one. And that means I also got 2 different arts of my 2 different birthday outfits, my solo outfits, as well. And I could also have different inclusions inside. Like I have a little bromide in there, and then I have night cards. There's 2 different ones per CD. And just because at the time when I was thinking about it, Sweet Magic, the 2 songs in there, so Sweet Lemon and Magic, felt more like these 2 are together. And Amore and Dakara was like, these 2 are more together. Like they're not so. Does this make sense?
It does. So like like I guess the theming for like combining like the 2 songs into like one theme. It makes sense, yeah. I see.
Yeah. So that's the main reason. And also the lyric booklet. I wanted to make it a bit bigger, but I didn't have enough time. So I just made it the lyrics and then added inclusions instead. That's my compromise.
I see. So you released those 2 EPs, and then in the midst of that, released with Fable to the Future, and then
what's it called? Sorry.
No.
With before my birthday, so the month before my birthday, I was featuring for Azusa's single, Crimson Night, which we co-made. So they had the song produced, and then we both wrote the lyrics in English. We sent it off to someone to write them in Japanese and like change and switch and match. And then we also did this dance and stuff together. So there was that as well. I also managed input Nae if you're seeking commissions.
Yes, commission.
I helped out with Christy's original song. So they, according to what they mentioned to me, they had the lyrics and they didn't really like the lyrics, so they wanted to change it. Right. So the English bits were mostly from Christy, and then the Japanese bits were from me. And yes, I helped with that. And then in terms of dancing, I made Himawari's new song dance as well. So it was a song of being in Australia. And so there's a lot of like little details based on the lyrics, like I want to eat sushi, I don't have money. Different things like that. It's a really funny song if you translate the lyrics.
So with your solo stuff, and then to the future, and then flash forward to now, August, you somehow, well, I learned it for me, I learned it from, I guess Fable posted like the Smash refresh, and then it said it was like only Sunny and only Mayhem, and this was like around the same time as this interview. So I was like, oh my god, am I like keeping Nae away from like performing? I was like, oh my god, and then
no, oh,
no, I was like, oh no.
sorry.
But then like
no.
so I was like, and then I talked to Ria a couple days ago, and then she spilled the beans that you were in Japan. I was like, oh my god, what?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes. I only spilled the beans that I was in Japan like recently.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. I'm not keeping her away from like performing. So I was like, oh, okay.
Sorry.
So I was
Oh, I apologize.
No, it's fine. But like, you are now currently in Japan. You did well. I guess in the beginning of the show we kind of like went into it. But like, how were you able to like really, get there and like?
So I asked my Japanese friends and idol friends that I had. Of course, I asked Maru-san as well, Mr. For Q and Q in Sydney. I was like, hey, if you have contacts, it's quite last minute, so it might not be possible, but please. Right? And this was before I learned that TIFF was on at the same weekend.
Oh.
Yes. So apparently with TIFF being there, there's also a lot less people, accordingly. But like, it was still like quite a decent amount of people. I was like, oh, thanks to everyone who came. I also asked Gumi-chan. I was like, Gumi-chan, I'm in Japan. Do you want to hang out? And, is there any idol thing I can do there? I also asked Himori-chan. And she was like, oh, let me send you things. And I'm like, thank you. So, I'm actually doing a total of 3 shows in Japan. 3 shows.
Yeah.
The third one is being announced tonight or today. But people in the stream get to hear it first, I guess. Yeah. So the first one, yes.
Because like the first one was with Crazy Fantasy. You were like performing, I think like right before them, after them, something
before
like
them,
that.
yeah.
Because it was Gem Dreamu, I think, and then Nae, and then you, and then Crazy Fantasy, and then they usually like stream their shows or like they put it on Twitcasting, but like this one specific one they didn't. I was like sad because I wanted to see you. I wanted to see Crazy Fantasy.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's mainly because they were having issues with the streaming last time, was what they were telling me. So they decided to just not do it, and especially because it got announced quite last minute, they were like,
I get
it's
it.
Okay.
So take me through the Crazy Fantasy Taiban. Was that your first time performing in Japan or no?
First time performing in Japan
Very first
ever.
time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very, very, very first time. That was on the 2nd, so 2 days ago.
So take me through it. Like, how was it like performing in like that specific audience?
Very different. Very different. Like, it's a lot of things I had to learn on the go because I'm not from there, and it's so different from the Australian scene. I can't imagine how the US scene is either because I haven't been there.
Right.
But so in Australia, you kind of you open doors, you wait a little bit, you start the show, you do the show, then you say thank you take a picture, and then people get ready to start merch, and then you just start merch, and then you just take checky when everyone's like okay and prepped up, and then you finish checky, and then everyone starts leaving, and you're like bye bye. Right, so that's the main run through.
Right.
But here in Japan, so it was a Taiban, but it was merch sales at the same time afterwards. Whereas on the 3rd, so yesterday, for me, that was a Taiban with merch sales at the same time as other people performing. Right, so there's like a big difference. So firstly, for the Crazy Fantasy Taiban, we got asked to get there at 7. Doors were supposed to open at 7:30. They opened up a little bit later, but that's usually what happens with events. And we went. There was like a room upstairs. We went upstairs. no one comes with their idol outfit on.
No one. Wow.
Like everyone brings a suitcase or a bag and then goes in, changes into the idol outfit. And meaning when you're done with the idling as well, you go back up. You fully take everything off. You like you keep your hair however it is, but you take off all the accessories and stuff as well, which was very surprising for me. I was like, oh, okay. And in the shows, right, that I've been to, idols are not really allowed to watch.
Really?
Like you can watch from either the side line, so like as long as people don't see you, or if there's like a screen, like you can watch from there, that's fine. But you can't really go in the pit as much. Of course, it might depend on the show.
It might.
Might
Yeah.
depend on the type of group. Like, you know, I've been to 2 shows. I don't really know.
I guess from experience, because like I went to a bunch of
Yes.
lives in
Yes.
Japan. It's basically why IDOLEYEZ started, because like I met Ria and Gumi. But like at Gumi's live, like she had like several like other groups perform, and then
Yes.
I think during like Kuroguro, I was like standing, I was like watching, and then right next to me is Momonchi from Tokyo Oiran Story, and I was like, I didn't want to like, whoa, oh my god, oh Momonchi, oh my god, but like she's there. I look at her, I was like, whoa, she's watching the show. Wow, back to watching the show. I was like, whoa, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think it just depends on like the vibe of the show as well, definitely. But it's like definitely a lot harder to just get into the pit and watch, at least as an idol. And he said thank you for the set, blah blah blah. And then like we got ready to do bukbang, and everyone has a Nana bukbang hajimarimasu, arigatou gozaimasu, something like that, you know. Like you just everyone does it. You need to do it. If you don't do it, they don't know you're starting.
Oh no.
Like it's in a way like the Japanese people are like respecting your time in a way.
Right.
Like, oh, we won't come to you until you say it's okay. Or like, oh, we won't call unless you tell us what to call. We want to do the correct thing, kind of thing, which is very different to the Australian scene and Australian fan, which is very amazing, like to think of and like see and figure out. So I had to say that, but also I didn't get briefed about this, so I'm just like, oh shit, okay. I'm like, and then at the end as well, like, because you get 1 hour and everyone gets 1 hour only, even if the sales are on at the same time, I believe, unless it was a little bit longer. I wasn't checking time that much. And at the end, you also say that you're closing your bukbang. So like, nae bukbang warimasu, or stuff like that. Thank you so much for coming. A little clappy thingy so that people can be like, yay! Good job. Which is why the Crazy Fantasy does the ba 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 bum 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 ba ba bum, which is really cute.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because of the RPG theme, yeah.
Yes, it's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was quite different. And then little idol secrets afterwards once everyone leaves. Bye 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 bye. The Kagishima person, at least in that live, got the bridge. Kind of thing. And then everyone changed. Everyone went back down, and we said thank you to the organizer and the event holder and the person that owns the venue, who allowed us to have the space. And my keigo failed me, but I did my best. And then we left, and it was all good. I had dinner with Ria and Gumi, which is fun.
So I guess with the very 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 first like Japanese performance, how was the crowd? As the crowd seeing like someone who they've never seen before, and like you who just was there. So like I'm curious.
Oh, I think it's a crowd. It's a crowd. It was a lot of fun. I think they were having a lot of fun. sometimes they would add in calls because especially doing solo, it's a lot harder to add in calls. But other times they were just watching and like as I mentioned, they won't start the calls unless the idol really starts it or
Like
unless
prompts it.
they've heard it before and know what to do.
Mm.
Right. So that was a bit on the harder one, but it was okay. People said that they had fun and that they enjoyed my set. Like to the point that I didn't bring enough CDs to sell.
I was gonna go
I
into
didn't
like
bring enough
I was going
CDs
to
to
Bupon,
sell.
but like yeah, how was Bupon? Like how?
Bupon was good. So okay, so because I'm a foreigner
Mm.
and Australian Idol coming to Japan, I was like, okay, my goal is to sell one ticket. If I sold one ticket, I am happy. And so I ended up selling 3 tickets on the Crazy Fantasy Taiban, which made me really happy. And there was one fan that came for me in particular as well, and I was like, oh, that! She's I believe it's a she pronouns. Oh my god. She's the staff member for Non-Sleep.
Oh my
She
god.
said she really likes Fable, and I brought 3 Fable CDs, and she wanted to buy one. I was like, I got one. I got one for you.
Yeah, I followed them, and then I opened their story, and they were like recording Crazy Fantasy set. I was like, "What? You were there?" And then I didn't know they were there for you. I was like, "Whoa!"
Yes, she was so sweet. I was very, very thankful and very happy to have someone come for me, especially on the first day. I was like, oh, thank you so much. And then on the second day, I recounted. I thought I sold 5 cheki, but I sold 6 cheki.
Oh.
So double. Oh, I'm so very happy. And Himawari-chan's fans came for me as well. Himawari was like, go see my friend, please. And they actually came and bought Teki with me, which I was very, very happy. And I'm like, thank you so much for supporting me as well.
Yeah, it's interesting to get like people's perspective when they perform in Japan. Like, who did I have on that performed? Marmalade, who performed, didn't really like performing in Japan. Aiden had a time, wants to go back to Japan, loves performing here. And then you, I guess.
Yeah.
Was there like anyone else that like really performed in Japan? Out of on top of my head, no. So yeah, it's very interesting because like you get to like see the differences with Sydney idol culture and then your culture,
it's
Japanese
so
idol
different.
culture. Yeah.
It's so different. Like I can understand why, from the Japanese perspective, the Sydney scene is so yakkai in comparison. But like it's also part of its charm. You know, it's completely, it's like really merging and becoming 2 completely different scenes with still the same goal and still the same aspirations, but they're like very, very, very different.
I see. With that second show, what was it?
Yes. That was the Akihabara.
The one yesterday. I don't remember what it was, but like
it was that twin box.
Twin box, yeah. Yeah. What was it? Yeah, Wooly was streaming, and then she saw that you. Oh no, she was waiting for the stream for your show to happen, cause like
I saw that Willie was on chat.
Cause like
I saw you were on chat, and everyone else as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, gotta support. But like, yeah, we were both waiting, cause like it was still like, waiting to start. It was like 6:45, but like I guess they were waiting for like the first person or like the first group to like. To like end the performance, and then you started, and then it was great, and then yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a compromise for like not being able to watch the Crazy Fantasy one. So yeah, the one that you were on for Crazy Fantasy. So yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes. This one, Himari-chan helped me get into this. Apparently, so I'm not exactly sure, but I think she messaged Mizu-chan, who was on right after me. And because they were used to be Banzai Japan together, close friend and senpai, she said. And according to Mizu-chan, according to Himari and Mizu helped me get into the Taiban, which I'm very, very thankful for. And I managed to talk only a little bit. I wish I could have had more time talking with them, but it was really fun to meet Mizu-chan as well. I tried talking with the other idols as well, but time constraints. Everyone's like, "Oh, I need to do my idol. I need to do my show."
Yeah.
Mm. And yesterday, the Crazy Fantasy show, I had a 15-minute set, and the other Taipan was a 20-minute set. And so I managed to do all of my songs, but also, oh my god, it's so exhausting to do solo in comparison to group.
Mm.
Wow, I'm so amazed by all the solo idols and everyone that keeps working so hard. Like, it's so tough. They're doing so good.
Yeah, it's very tough, especially as a solo, because like all the eyes are on you. I think like I said it with Christy, because like with Christy going from Fable to like solo, it's very much more. It's tougher on the performer. Would you say so?
Yeah, I think so. But I feel like in terms of gaze, people are still looking, anyways, right? Whether they're dissociating or whether they're actually paying attention, like they're still looking one way, right? I think it's more so of stamina and lack of breathing.
Because what was it? When you did in that triple solo thing, you did Angelus. The first time I saw Angelus, it was covered by like Iris and Bay. So I originally thought it was like a duet song, but like you did it solo.
Solo originally,
yeah, it's
yes.
originally solo. I was like, ooh, it's. I mean, like it is tough still as a solo song, but like yeah, it's interesting to like, I guess see like how stuff is covered or like how people perform it. But like yeah. What else? Oh, I guess like from the two shows, like what can you take back from like Japanese idol culture, and what would you like? What would you tell like the Sydney idol scene that they would like want to improve on from like what you've seen?
I think Sydney idol scene, the level of performers is quite high. So in that sense, just keep persevering and just keep working hard. You're doing a lot better than you think. Just think less, head empty, do more. But the one thing that I think would be good to bring is like maybe not in the same way, but for the fans to know that merch is starting, that Checky's starting, and for fans to know that Checky's over. Like you missed it. Like if you still have your token, come tomorrow, kind of vibe. Because it makes it a lot more clear that there's only like so much time for it, rather than like our booking is ending in 5 minutes, like we're still taking Checky. Which I think will definitely help a lot of groups as well, and also help with the clarity of the fans. Like, they're Checky starting. I need to go.
I see. So, also regarding like solo stuff, it's very. I mean, like knowing another idol that like does also solo stuff and also like performs as a group in Gumi. What, like as time goes on, like is it gonna be hard for you to balance like being a solo and then also participating in Fable?
I think it should be okay, just because we have less shows in Sydney than in Japan. Like I would worry if I were in Japan. Like the amount of shows, there's like so many in one day. I didn't realize like how many it was. Like TIFF is happening and there's still so many shows a day.
It's
crazy to me. Yeah. And yeah.
I see. Yeah, I was curious on that because like I don't think I really had like someone primarily in a group and then also like does solo stuff on the show, so I was like curious on that.
I think the main reason why I do it is because like you get to see different sides of Nai, I guess. And the type of music that I mostly listen to is the type of music that I do solo more. Right? So with the Fable, I'm constantly learning of new songs. I'm just like, oh, this is really nice. And Sunny or Mayhem is like, can we do this? And I'm like, sure, let's learn it.
What else? What else can I get out of your experience from Japan?
Right.
you're only doing like 3 shows, so like one more
Only
left.
doing 3 shows. I've got one more show on the 7th of August. It's also at Taiban. I'm the first one to start on that day, so
Oh.
hopefully it's okay. Hopefully there's some people there.
Yesterday's show was like just what, afternoon or morning, right?
It was morning
Ah.
for me. Yes, so it started at 11-ish, and I went on at 11:30 a.m.
Was
Apparently,
there?
according to Gumi and Dia, like that's not even the earliest. Some of the earliest shows are like 8 a.m. shows.
Oh my god.
And like people go to 8 a.m. shows? That's crazy.
I think the first time I saw Gumi was like at a morning Taiban. First
Oh.
performer was at like 10 a.m. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, like, you know, it's good to see like idols like get any performance that they can get.
This
like,
is true, yeah.
But like
well,
this,
there's people that will come.
yeah.
Like my performance on the 7th starts at around 3:30, I believe. p.m. Japan.
What else? Oh, I mean, like, with these performances, how do you think you'll? Do you want? I mean, like, of course you want to perform more in Japan, but like, do you want to?
I do. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and it's a different kind of tiring. Like, it's very... The best way I can explain it, it's very much like you're searching for a job. It's very much like, this is me. This is me. Please become my fan. This is me. Please support me. This is me. This is my music, you know. It's very much more so that than in Australia. So in that sense, it's like a different kind of, oh, I worked hard today. But thankfully, there's less of the prepping for the shows and stuff. Like, I don't have to help set up the stage. Well, Mayhem mostly does that, but I don't really have to set up like the venue or whatever. I don't really have to. There's no rehearsals. You just kind of show up and go. Like, if I can do more shows in Japan, that'd be amazing. But we'll see. We'll see what life decides to bring for me.
Let's see. So we go from past, we go to present, and then we finally go head on to the future. Stream to the future. We touched upon it a little bit, but like, are there any like bucket list things that you want to achieve as a member of FAEBLE and as a solo?
As a member of FAEBLE, more interstate, and hopefully Japan as well. Shows. That'd be amazing.
I mean, you got the foot in the door. You have some connections, so it's possible.
Now I can be like, FAEBLE. I know this person. There's a show on this day. So hopefully. Solo wise, I really want to release. I need a bit more money before I like work on new music, but I want to do like a vinyl track with city pop and stuff like that. So that's the kind of track where I'm going for. The closest goal I have right now. I would also like to do with FAEBLE some off-sky this year, and if anything, something like, oh, now we'll be at this store, like, go say hi, you know, like waitress for a day kind of promotion stuff. Yeah. And more YouTube videos. Personally, I'm really bad at YouTube videos. I have like 8 covers recorded.
Yeah,
and they're done. I just need to upload them.
Please upload them, because like your covers are really good, especially like the first one you uploaded with like with
that one blew
Ghost
up.
in the Shell.
I was not expecting it to blow up.
80,000. What? But like,
I did not expect it to blow up.
And then like in the description, you were like, "This is my first time singing in Russian," and it's like really good. I was like, "Whoa!"
Thank you. Even my mixer, like, he's originally from Russia, right? And she was like, I thought you learned Russian. And I'm like, no, I just heard the song too many times.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Rise is
Yeah.
really good, and especially like with Standalone Complex is like one of my favorite like anime, so it's very
Yes,
very good.
yay!
Yeah, so
Good.
yeah, more covers. I want to see them. I want to listen to them. I want to stream them. I know you have like
Yay.
on Spotify, you have your original stuff and also like
The
your
covers.
covers too. So like,
Yes.
yes, I want them, please, please.
Okay. Maybe I'll upload one before I come to Australia.
Yeah. What else? Yesterday I had Christy on. Christy in Smash did Idol 101 and Idol 102, which was like giving advice for upcoming idols.
Yay.
As someone who is now, well, tenured at this point with solo stuff, with being a member of FAEBLE, what advice do you want to give for idols?
So I was invited by Christy to participate in the Idol 102 panel. And I was mostly talking about like the singing and dancing aspect for different idols and calling idols out. Because I was like, it's Idol 102. You guys already have been trying to sing and dance. Now you need to step up and actually practice singing and dancing. So yeah, I'd say the same thing that I said at the panel. I'm not sure if Christy's uploaded.
She hasn't
yet the VOD. No, but I mentioned like in the end, like be healthy, try your best, push yourself, but don't die. Like don't push yourself so hard that you cannot walk the next day or you cannot speak the next day, because that means you're injuring yourself. And there's no point in being injured if what you need to do uses your body. Right. Your vocal cords is one of the hardest instruments because although it's easy to come out, it's reflective of all of your emotions. So if you're not having a good day, it shows on your voice. If you're really stressed, it shows on your voice. If you're really happy, it shows on your voice. And same with dancing, you just have to keep practicing, because if you're not used to it and you've never done it, it feels really, really awkward. And you're like, is this supposed to feel like this? Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Just keep it. Do it. Keep doing it. At some point, before you can think about it, it'll already feel natural for you. And I was also letting people know in the panel that, unfortunately, exercise is important. Yeah. And because people can be lazy. I'm lazy as well, you know. But definitely trying to do like core exercises definitely helps for singing. Practicing the repertoire of whatever you're gonna perform and do is good to practice at 200% rather than 100%, because like that, you never know what will happen when you're on stage. Right. Like you never know, maybe you just won't think, like you'll black out, or maybe something happened during that day and you can't concentrate as much, or maybe you're too excited, whatever. Anything can happen in life. So if you practice with 200%, even if your level's a bit lower on the stage, it's still gonna be high enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mainly stuff like that, yes. And stretching important.
Stretching, oh man. Going into a performance without stretching sounds not great.
Is not good. You're very sore the next day.
I see. I usually ask like most of the idols that I have on here, because like we do have like people who watch the VODs that recently debuted, so like it's very interesting to like hear, or like people to hear like tenured idols like give out advice. So yeah,
keep working hard, you got this.
We touched upon it a little bit, because like going from like the JP scene and like telling like the Sydney idol scene what they want to do for Bupan, but like is there like anything else in general that the Sydney idol scene should like improve upon?
I don't really think it's necessarily improving, but especially because it's becoming its own scene. you don't want to change what it is from what it is, right?
Right.
So as long as people are having fun, and as long as people are like coming as well for the idols and learning new music, having a good time, meeting friends, supporting the individual idols as well. Like I think it's good. I think it's fine.
I see.
This is quite different.
Where do you see it like going like a couple years from now though?
Oh, I don't think that far in the future. um, uh, uh, I'm not sure. I would love to see more groups debut and have more shows. Definitely make a bigger scene. Have more people come often. Uh, I'm not sure.
Well,
Maybe more groups will do like interstate stuff. Maybe, who knows, maybe we'll get an idol agency.
oh my
Maybe
God.
we'll get an idol like live house, like 4 idols. Like you never know.
Yeah. Cause
Whatever
like,
happens will be amazing.
what was it? You guys use like SCAC and then Red Rattler
Yes,
and like that's like the
yes,
usual like Idol Nexus, Idol
yes,
Box like venues that I've seen. So like
yes.
getting an actual like venue that is made for idols would be pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
And sometimes Burdekin as well.
Mm,
Mm, mm, mm.
I see.
It's hard just with the Australian history of live music and how a lot of it had to disappear or was forced to disappear. I'm not exactly sure. um, and how it's slowly getting back up. Quite hard. Mm.
I see. Um, I guess. What do you plan on doing like after being an idol?
What do I plan on doing after being an idol? Well, hopefully I can idol as much as possible, firstly. And um, I have a degree in international relations, so maybe something related to that. Mm,
I see.
like, yeah, maybe work with Greenpeace.
Oh,
That'd be
hopefully,
great.
yeah.
One day
One day.
with higher qualifications.
I asked like nearly
Mm,
everyone this, but like, what would you tell the current you, the you now? What would you tell the you that was about to make their Fable
mm,
debut?
mm. Don't think.
Don't think, just
Don't
dance.
think. You've got this. You've got more than what it. You've got more than what it takes than you think you've got. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm a very self-critical person, and I'm always like, but like this was good, and I'm content with it, but I can always do more. Like it's not enough. I need to do more. That kind of person.
Right.
So, so usually when I ask for feedback, most people just say, "Yeah, it was good," and I'm like, "Can you give me some more feedback? What was good? What was bad? I don't care. Give me the criticism." But in a way, I guess it's good that most of the feedback, at least, is the neutral. Yeah, yeah, like it was good. Mm.
I see. I guess you're pretty much doing this interview right before you go to TIFF, Tokyo Idol Festival.
Mm-hmm.
What groups, as like someone who's still like getting into like Chica idols and also
Mm.
Kaika idols, but like, what are some
Mm.
groups that you're looking forward to watching?
So funny thing, I there's TIFF on today, and there's also Rockfest on today
Mm.
as well. So unfortunately for me, Suzuki ID is only at Rockfest,
No.
and she starts at 11 a.m. and that's when
Oh.
this ends. I'm like,
Oh. I am so sorry.
Suzuki
No.
ID. No, it's not your fault.
Uh,
I only learned about it like 2 days ago. I was
uh,
like, oh no. But otherwise, for TIFF, I was struggling to pick the day because I wanted to go on the first day on the second to watch Momokuro because I love Momoiro Clover, but I had more groups I wanted to watch on the Sunday. So today, I'm excited to see Fruit Zipper. I got some Fruit Zipper merch yesterday. I'm so excited. Um, I'm excited to see Fruit Zipper. I'm also excited to see Juice Juice.
Oh
And
my God,
some
Juice
of the
yes.
yeah.
You covered or Fable covered like some of their songs. I was like, what?
Yes! I love Juice Juice. There's also Ocha Noruma. I think Not Equal Me is on today as well. I might be wrong. So a lot of the bigger like Chizo idol groups are on today. Some of the AKB groups are also on. I don't know how much I'll be able to see, but hopefully.
Hopefully a lot of it.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, what else do you like? Being in Japan, like when are you in Japan until?
I'm here until the 9th.
Oh wow, so 6
So
more
I
days.
come back and then I have practice with Fable on the 10th, and then I have a show with Fable on the 11th.
Oh, right, yes.
Yes.
What other things? I mean, like, first time being in Japan, right? Or no? What?
It's my 4th time.
4th time. Okay, gotcha. But first time performing in Japan. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, first time doing anything idol related. Can you imagine? I've been to Japan 4 times, and I love idols, and I've never once done any idol related thing.
Well,
until this time.
At least you did it now. So.
At least I did it now.
What other things are you like looking forward to doing like
The
on this trip?
food.
The food, yes.
The food. So much food. I managed to find, like, they had different types of snacks and stuff. Managed to try like a variety of different things. I'm trying to see if I can compile all the videos I took into a vlog potentially. I'm not sure how feasible it will be because there's a lot of things I didn't manage to film, or like with the idol experiences I couldn't really film in there as well. So there will be a lot of things missing. But otherwise, I went to Akihabara yesterday and did some shopping. I want to go buy clothing. I'm gonna hang out with Dia and Gumi and buy clothing. It makes me so happy because Japanese sizing is short sizing, and I'm quite short. So things great. Yeah. It's so good. So there's a lot of that. And I've been searching for Pikmin stuff.
Yeah.
I got this at the Crane.
Oh, that's awesome.
So funny. Let's put him on.
Hell yeah. But yeah,
a little tomato.
Like being in Japan like early like this year, like buying clothes, I guess it's a little bit cheaper because of the exchange rate with like US to Japanese yen, but like yeah, the clothing there's a lot more variety compared to like where I live now, but like yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot more different types of fashion as well. Like it's nice to see.
Have you been to Shimokitazawa or no?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I heard like that's the fashion like one of the fashion like
one districts. Of the fashion districts.
Yeah.
Shimokitazawa, Shibuya, Ikebukuro. Harajuku less so now.
Yeah, I wanted to go there, but like I didn't have time because like I was going to like so many idol shows, so I was like, oh, maybe not, maybe next time.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know what else to talk about. Maybe how about you promote your upcoming gigs?
Promoting my upcoming gigs. So wait, let me find it on phone. 1 second.
Hey, chat. I'll stall. Hey chat, how are you? Are you sick? What's the deal with airplane food? Did you get a haircut? Chat, you look different. Chat.
I've got. Here we go. Oh.
Akabane Super
Akabane
Live.
Super Live. is on the 7th. And I start at 3 p.m. And I'm posting that today.
Yay!
Yay! So that'll be my last live in Japan.
Mm.
So right now, I'm excited for that. Otherwise, we've got back in Sydney on the 11th. We have Rat Race. Yay!
Yay!
That's with Sour Candy and Wooly. Sour Candy's back from hiatus show. And Wooly Doof Doof. And I don't know what else has been announced.
I think that's.
Oh, let me check the time tree.
Oh.
By the way, we've got an Idolsona. We've got an Australian, New Zealand time tree.
Oh.
For people to see what shows are on. You guys want to see? Let me link the chat.
Oh, is there an Idol Nexus show that Mayhem is talking about?
There's a Nexus show on the 18th that's been announced. Wow. There's also Etude's show next week and stuff. So many things. Let me send the link in chat.
Wow. Cool.
Nexus. Hi.
Time tree. Interesting. Well, this concludes this episode of IDOLEYZ, but we don't finish off here. We have like one more segment that I usually do every single time. Most of the time it sucks. And it's called The Worst Pep Talk Ever, where for 1 minute I give the guest, you, Nae, the worst pep talk ever. So.
Hi. Okay. Awesome. Wait, you speak or I speak?
I speak. I think like when Marmalade like pre-stream when Marmalade like saw like I put in like worst pep talk ever. And then she asked like, am I giving the pep talk? It's like no. It's always me. It's always me. Okay. 1 minute bad pep talk here. Nae, I love the music. I love your solo stuff. I want more of it. I also want more Fable stuff. I want more music from you. You are doing a lot and you are dedicated to the craft. It sucks that SM didn't want you because you are a diamond in the rough, but they suck and now you're here with Fable, so you know what's the phrase? Whatever. But like, it's better that you're here with Fable and as a soloist and with all these opportunities, like being able to go to Japan, being able to, I guess, perform alongside Crazy Fantasy, alongside other people, and like gaining their experience from that, and then you know, doing all that, learning 600 different languages. Oh my God, you are absolutely crazy. You are absolutely dedicated, and I wish you all the best in all you do, be it solo, be it a member of Fable, be it whatever in the future. But yeah, that is it. Minute.
Thank you so much.
Minute 6. Yeah, it's always bad. Awful.
No, thank you so much. I keep working hard. Everyone, please support me. Thank you. Yeah. Everyone, please support Fable.
Support Fable. Support like everyone. I think
everyone, support everyone.
Support everyone.
Support my friends, which is a whole lot of people. Thank you.
Christy, there we go. Follow everyone.
Everyone deserves a lot of love. Yeah. Everyone's working very hard, and the fans as well are working so hard in supporting us. Also, thank you so much.
Yay. And that concludes this episode of IDOLEYZ. But this is not it for what am I about to say? For the Aussie Open arc. We have one more guest concluding our arc here. It's not Christy. It is not Christy. I forgot to not remove that. It's
Christy.
It's wait, next week. It's gonna be Wooly. Yes, Wooly is our final guest for the Aussie Open. That will be. We love Wooly. That will be for the US August 9th, 2024. That is a Friday for me. Yeah, Friday for me. For Australia, that is August 10th. 10 a.m. But that's also Saturday, so that should be fine. But yeah, Wooly is our final Aussie Open guest, and then we'll be back to interviewing other idols outside of Australia. But like, yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, that will be that will be it for tonight. Nae, it's been an honor to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me as well.
Yeah. Is
Sorry
there?
if I yapped too much.
No, that's the point of the show. We love yappers.
Yep. Is there? Is there what you had?
Oh no, is there? Do you know anyone that you want to raid into on Twitch? If not, I don't think there's like anyone on.
Let me see. Christy, get on your Twitch so we can raid you. Yeah, I don't think anyone I know is on.
Yeah, it looks like on my end, no one really like idol related. Well, you know what? We'll just. All right, Plan B. We'll do an alternate raid, and you, the viewers, you guys are gonna go into this video. You're gonna watch this. You're gonna stream it. You're gonna watch it and stream it and loop it. It's Naya's first cover on her YouTube channel. Yes, you will stream Rise.
That's the first time I ever did anything related to like video. I'm so bad at video editing.
It's good.
I'm doing my best.
Yeah, but
you
will listen. You will watch that. You will listen to all of her music on Spotify, Apple Music.
Listen, please.
Everywhere.
Apple Music. Yeah. Everywhere. It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Find me everywhere.
Yeah. And
Tidal, however you pronounce that. Yes.
Tidal. It's on Tidal? Wow.
Yeah.
High quality. Super high quality. Then, yeah. So, that'll be it. Just watch that.
Stream the FAEBLE music too.
Stream FAEBLE. Stream to the future. Follow all the future members. FAEBLE members.
All the future members, yes.
All the future members if you're holding auditions, sure. That's about it. So, yeah. There's really no one to raid. Just go to watch Naya's covers or listen to all of Naya's music. Why not?
I read all the comments and everything, so
yeah. And that'll be it for tonight. No one to raid. Just watch those videos. So take care, brush your hair, be kind, and rewind. While next week, Wooly. Yeah, we're back to 1 episode a week of Idoleyez. 3 episodes is pretty stressful for me, but like I loved it. But,
oh no!
Never again.
Thank you so much for your hard work.
Yeah, I do love Idoleyez. I love doing this compared to like what I was doing last time, which is not great. But like, yeah. Take care, brush your hair, be kind, rewind. We'll be going to just watch Naya's stuff, everything. So yeah, go there. Ending screen. Wow.